Hey guys, this is just a quick warning for this video. This video is 50 minutes after all. I also made this video like 6 weeks ago, and I watched most of it. And I didn't want to delete any of it because I thought it was interesting just hearing me ramble. So this is kind of just a video to keep on in the background. I mean, if you really want to pay attention to everything, you can. I just kind of ramble about NASCAR since I haven't really talked about it that much. I mean, this is mostly diecast stuff on my channel or race reactions. So yeah, I wanted to get this video out now because obviously the Clash is coming up this weekend. Today is Friday, by the way. As of editing this thing, today is the Friday before the Clash. And I have a track meet tomorrow morning, so I can't edit it tomorrow morning before the heats start. And then tomorrow's the heats, obviously, and then the Clash is Sunday. So yeah, just a little warning. This is mainly a video just about me rambling, and there is some pretty good predictions in there. I do like it, but I didn't. And I started downloading pictures to put pictures in there, edit it very nicely, and then I just kind of gave up because I was like, yeah, no, I'm not putting 200 pictures in this video, so I decided not to. But hey, if you just want to keep the sun in the background, or maybe listen to me ramble, thank you, I appreciate it. Please watch the video, or at least skim around through the video. I got some pretty funny predictions in here, pretty bold predictions. Some of them regular. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the video. Hello, everybody. What's up, fellas? I am AJ, aka Pillsbury NASCAR, Pillsbury 68, whatever. Pillsbury 68 is my main channel. Pillsbury NASCAR is my NASCAR channel. Very, very beautiful. But today, we have some very, very early, way too early, 2024 NASCAR predictions. I have this little notebook, it's a little drawing I made in like 5th grade or something. I don't know. But I started writing a bunch of Zelda stuff in here, and I was like, you know what? I don't have any other notebook down here in the basement, and I am too lazy to go back upstairs. So I wrote the NASCAR predictions in this notebook. So that's fun. I'm going to be referring to this notebook, I'm going to try to go over everything here. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So up first, here we got the Final Four, but my way too early predictions for what the Final Four in the Cup Series is going to look like. So first up, we have Kyle Larson. I think this one is an obvious. He was so good in 2023, and he's definitely going to get back to the Final Four eventually, and I think it's going to be next year. I think Kyle Larson's going to get many wins. I think he's going to be probably the most dominant car of 2024. I think he was voted the most dominant car of 2023. And I think he's once again going to be the most dominant car of 2024. I also think he's kind of got a head up because a bunch of the other drivers, or a leg up, I should say, I don't really know. A bunch of the other drivers in Ford and Toyota, they're going to have new cars. They're going to be getting used to those new cars. I mean, besides, I guess, I think it was Blaney, Busher, Jones, and somebody else that was test running the cars before. So, I mean, maybe they won't have as much trouble. But besides those four, everybody else is going to be trying to get used to the cars. New cars, new Camry, new Dark Horse, I think it's called. And those Chevy drivers are going to be taking advantage of that area right there. So I think Larson's going to make the Final Four. I also think Joey Logano is going to make the Final Four. Joey Logano, again, very dominant driver. He did not have a very good year in 2022. I think or 2023, he got one win. 2022, of course, he was the champion. I think he's going to make the Final Four again, and he might win the title again. I don't know. Who knows? Team Penske already has 2 championships in a row. Why just give him another one? In fact, I have the 2022 diecast right back here. There, I got that on Black Friday, I believe. Do you guys like what I did back here? I just set this up yesterday, and I put some thumbtacks up there and put all my winner's circle cars, except one of the Blaney's is back there because I have two Blaney's. Blaney's my favorite driver, so yeah. Obviously, as you can see, there's a Blaney over here, 1/24 scale Blaney over here. So I was, of course, very happy when Blaney won this championship. But I mean, I don't have a championship driver yet. I don't have a driver that I know is going to win the championship, but these are my 4 picks of who I think has the biggest chance. The third Final Four member, I think, is going to be Chris Buescher. I think Chris Buescher has had a great year, 2023. 2022, I think he also had a solid year. I think he had 2 wins in 2022 and 3 wins in 2023. I think. I'm not 100% sure. As you guys probably know, I've been catching up on NASCAR this year that I've missed because I was a very, very casual fan throughout 2019 to 2022. I was a very casual fan, and I only started watching every single Sunday, and keeping track with everything that was happening like halfway through this year. But of course, I was a NASCAR fan before that. I got 2 Chicagoland Speedway 2013 and 2014 cars back there, so I was, of course, an avid fan from 2011 to 2018, and then I just kind of stopped. And then, so yeah, I've been catching up on everything that's happened over the course of 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. So I might be mistaken in some of the stuff that I take up. So I'm pretty sure Buescher had 2 wins in 2022. If I'm wrong, leave a comment stating that I'm wrong. It's a learning experience for me, and it's a way that you guys say, "Ha! I caught you slipping up, AJ." So, very funny. But yeah, okay, Chris Buescher is the third member, and I think the fourth member is going to be, again, Ross Chastain. I think Chastain is going to make it back to the Final Four. He's had a very good 2 years in the next-gen car. He made the Final Four in 2022. He had a solid year in 2023. How many wins did he get in 23? At least 2, if I'm not mistaken. Because he won the final race, he won Phoenix, and then I think he won earlier into the season, too, to get him into the playoffs. So, yeah, I think Chastain is, once again, going to make it back into the Final Four. He has very dominant car. He has good equipment from Trackhouse. So, yeah, I think he is going to be the Final Four member. And if, I have the other Final Four marked down right here, so perfect. I don't do Truck Series that much. I watched one Truck Series race this year, and that was the championship. So, yeah, and then I only started, I don't know that much about Xfinity, because I only started watching it, like, playoffs. So yeah, I know some stuff about Xfinity. I know some stuff before Xfinity, too, in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Because, again, I've been catching up on everything. And so I think I got it down pretty well. But I think the Xfinity champion is going to be AJ Allmendinger. He not only shares a nickname with me, I think he is Anthony and I'm Andrew, so don't do that. But he's still AJ and I'm also AJ. So, of course, I've always been an AJ Allmendinger fan. And he is a very good, he's got so much Cup Series experience. He is a very good driver, in my opinion. I mean, maybe not Cup Series, very good driver, but very, very good Xfinity driver. I believe last time he was in Xfinity, he won a lot. I think he won, like, I don't know how many races, but he won a lot. I'm calling it right now, AJ Allmendinger, Xfinity Series champion. That's what I think. I think I'm a Colleague fan now, because that Colleague team in Xfinity, oh my gosh. AJ Allmendinger, Gisbergen, and I don't know Josh Williams, but I hope he's good too. But yeah, I'm a Colleague fan now obviously because of AJ, but also because Gisbergen and that Xfinity series is awesome. Sorry, I sent somebody a text before this, and that sounds in my phone. I'm gonna cut that out. Cut that out, AJ. Editing, AJ. All right, so I think the Xfinity champ is gonna be AJ Allmendinger. Joining him in the Final Four, I have a couple of drivers who I think could join him in the Final Four. I'm not 100% because, again, I don't know that much about Xfinity since I only really watched it during the playoffs. I've also kind of realized this season that I'm a Justin Allgaier fan. He was like literally the only Xfinity driver that I knew coming into this. I was like, oh yeah, I know Justin Allgaier because he was in the Cup Series when I was a kid, and he drove at the back of the pack. He drove at the back of the pack, but he's still good, and just still good in Xfinity. I know him, so Justin Allgaier was my favorite Xfinity driver, but now since AJ's coming back, make room, Allgaier. AJ's here. Eric Almirola is also really big fan of Almirola too. So those are my top 3 guys in Xfinity. So I think Justin Allgaier 100% going to join AJ Allmendinger in the Final Four. It's going to be Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, 100%, no doubt in my mind. And then the people who I'm not 100% sure on, who I think could make up the other two, is I think Cole Custer could once again make up. Obviously, he was Xfinity champ this year. So, yeah, obviously, I think he has a very good shot of making it again. Excuse me. I think Sheldon Creed has a good chance of making it. Obviously, if he won that Martinsville race, he would have made it in the Final Four. I think Sam Meyer, again, he also made the Final for this year, so it's kind of hard to say he doesn't have a chance of making it again. I think Austin Hill also has a very good chance of making the Final Four. I think he could also do it. And then I think Chandler Smith is the last Xfinity driver that I think has a very good chance of making the Final Four. So those are all of my Final Four Xfinity people. And actually, I guess I can just jump right into the Daytona 500 winner because I got the two Final Fours that I know down. So I have a couple of different drivers who I think has the best shot of making the Daytona 500. I'm not going to settle on any specific driver yet because, again, I don't 100% know. And it could take some of the Fords and Toyotas a little bit of getting used to. I think one of the RFK cars has a very good shot. Maybe not David Reagan because he's, just recently coming back to the Cup Series, doesn't have any experience in the next-gen car. So maybe not him, but I think Keselowski and Buescher both have a very good shot of winning the Daytona 500. I think, obviously, they were 1 and 2 in the Coke Zero 600. Or 600. Coke Zero... Is it 500? Is the Coke Zero 500? I don't even know. Whatever. The Daytona Fall Race. The Fall Daytona Race. We'll call it that. I can't think of my brain right now. Fall Daytona Race. Obviously, they were very good. They were 1 and 2 there. They were running up. I think Buescher was running up front the entire time. Keselowski got up there, helped him, pushed him into victory lane. Speaking of which, I have both of those diecasts. Here's the Buescher, and which is my favorite paint scheme of 2022. And Keselowski is under a couple of other cars, so he's back there. He's this one right here. So yeah, I think all three RFK cars have a good shot at it. Maybe not David Reagan so much, but Buescher and Keselowski both have a very good shot of getting it. And then I also think Kyle Busch has a very good shot of winning it. I know a lot of people are already saying, Kyle Busch, going to win the Daytona 500. I'm calling it right now. I don't want to call it because, but Kyle Busch has, of course, been very close up there for, Jesus. Freaking hair is annoying me. But I think Kyle Busch definitely has a good chance. He's been close to winning it for multiple years now. So, yeah, I think Busch has a very good shot of winning it. Ryan Blaney is obviously my final choice. Obviously, because he's my favorite driver. I want him to win the Daytona 500. He's never won the Daytona 500. But also, he's not only a good super speedway driver. He led laps in the Daytona 500 before he got... the Fall Daytona race, because I'm not going to mess up that name again. The stupid Coke Zero, whatever the hell it is. But yeah, he led laps in that before he got wrecked by Ty Gibbs and Christopher Bell. Not necessarily by that. 100% their fault. Bell was pushing Gibbs. Gibbs got turned into Blaney in egregious crash. But Blaney led laps before he got wrecked out. He was good he won Talladega. So he won that Talladega playoff race, the Yellow 500. So that's very good. And he has gotten very close in multiple times of winning the Daytona 500. Multiple times. I think he had multiple top 5 finishes there, top 10 finishes, whatever, in the Daytona 500. And he was close in 2022. I think he got wrecked as they were coming to the finish line. I think. Well, he was with his teammate Cindric up there. So yeah, I think he got wrecked out wrecked out on the last lap in 2022 or 2023. I don't 100% remember. But yeah. Okay. Ryan Blaney, one of the RFKs, those are my options. All right. For Xfinity wins, I think Shane Van Gisbergen moving to Xfinity, very very good. A lot of people are excited. Some people think he's going to dominate the hell out of the Xfinity series. I don't think that. First of all, okay, he has a little bit of Cup Series experience. He won the Chicago Street Race, but although obviously that took skill, obviously he's a good road course driver, obviously he's going to do good on the road courses, but I also think that wasn't 100%, well, not 100% skill. I don't want to say not 100% skill because I'm not trying to say Shane Van Gisbergen isn't a good driver, which he is. He's a great driver, I think. And I think he's going to do very, very good on the road courses in Xfinity Series and in the Cup Series for the ones he's driving on. But I think there were a lot of factors in that race that helped him win, kind of. Obviously, the rain was a very important part. Cars spinning out every which way and into the tire barrier caused a lot of cautions, a lot of stuff like that, and there was just so much that helped him. Late race, the only car that was really challenging Gisbergen for the lead was Justin Haley, which, not shit on Justin Haley, but he's not one of the top tier NASCAR Cup Series drivers. So, I mean, and Justin Haley put up a fight. I'm not saying Justin Haley didn't put up a fight. Gisbergen took the lead. Justin Haley took the lead back, but Gisbergen took it back again from him. So, I mean, really, it was a fight between Gisbergen and Justin Haley. And for experience, Gisbergen wins that. For road courses, Gisbergen wins that. And, I mean, Justin Haley found himself in the right place at the right time. That's what I'm going to say. And I just think that he didn't really have a lot of incredible competition. Again, not to shit on Justin Haley. Justin Haley's a good driver. He's a Cup Series driver. Nobody will. I'm assuming, unless you are a professional race car driver, I don't think anybody watching this video could beat Justin Haley in a race. Justin Haley is a good driver. He's a NASCAR Cup Series driver, which is an insane accomplishment. So good for him. But he's not a top tier Cup Series driver, is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think Gisbergen is going to dominate the Cups or the Xfinity Series, but I think he'll do good. I think he'll get 2 wins, maybe 1 or 2. I think he'll get 2. And AJ Allmendinger, on the other hand, I think he's going to dominate the Xfinity Series. I think he's going to get more than 4 wins, which is saying something, because he's been in Cup Series for years and years. He's been in Cup Series. He went back down to Xfinity, kind of sort of dominated that. Then he's undefeated at the Roval and Xfinity. And now he went back up to Cup, won a race in Cup, which he hasn't done since whenever. When was the last time was it 2021 that he won the Charlotte Roval at Cup? Or was that the Xfinity one? I'm not 100% sure, but he won a Cup race, which normally drivers who win Cup races stay in Cup and don't go back down to Xfinity. But, that's nothing to say, like, Colleague, you're making a mistake or something. I don't think Colleague wants to do what they want to do. I'm not going to say they're not doing good. Or wait, I just realized. Is Chandler Smith in Xfinity anymore, or is he full-time Cup already? Am I? Chandler Smith will leave Colleague at the end of the racing year to join Joe Gibbs' race. Okay, so he isn't. Yeah, he's just Joe Gibbs. Okay, he's just doing Joe Gibbs. I still think he's going to do good. All right, so wait a minute. I thought he was driving the Cup. Is that a part-time deal? I think it's a part-time deal. I think it's part-time. Whatever. Anyway, back to what I was saying in the first freaking place. I think AJ Allmendinger is going to dominate Xfinity. Cup drivers who win races in Cup don't normally go back down to Xfinity. And if you have the talent to win a race in Cup, you have the talent to win multiple races in Xfinity. Therefore, I think Allmendinger is going to dominate. He's going to win more than 4 races. I think he's going to be the Xfinity Series champion of 2024. Thank you. For something else, I think something like pretty cool, actually. I think Junior Motorsports is going to send Justin Allgaier. Well, it's going to announce that they're sending Justin Allgaier back up to Cup in 2025. I think that'd be really cool. I think I heard something about somebody talking about like more charter system, the charter system, and they're adding more charters, which I think is awesome. Thank you, NASCAR. And since they're doing that, Junior Motorsports might be inclined to buy a new charter, or buy a not a new charter, a Cup charter, because I think that was the main thing that was holding them back, or something like, or something like that. I think that was like the charter system was the main thing holding Dale Jr. back from up a Cup car, and I think Justin Allgaier is the perfect fit for it. He has Cup Series experience. He was in Cup Series in I think 2015, 2016 era, somewhere around there, 2015, 2016 maybe. Sometime in that era, he was in Cup Series. He was there, so I think Justin Allgaier has Cup Series experience. He is a great driver for Xfinity. I think after maybe a year, maybe 2 years, I think he could win a race in Cup, which is great. I think Justin Allgaier has the perfect choice for Junior Motorsports to buy a charter for the Cup Series, send Justin Allgaier, go in a Cup. I think that would be perfect. So I think the Chicago Street Race is going to return for one more year, 2025, and then I think it's off the schedule after that. I think it's going to be their Chicago Street Race. Very good. A lot of people tuned in. A lot of people watched it. I didn't watch it in I watched it on TV. I live in Chicago, obviously. I mentioned before, I have 2 Chicago Speedway race cars back there. I didn't go in 2023. I fully plan on going in 2024. I am going to save my money on my ticket. Hopefully my dad will pay for his own ticket so he can take me as well. And yeah, I'm going to try and convince some of my other family members to go. That's what happened in the Chicagoland Speedway things. A bunch of my family went, not just me and my dad or my mom or something like that. So I fully plan on going in 2024. I fully plan on making it a very good experience because I'm not 100% sure on this. Chicago Street Race might be done after 2024, but I don't think they are. I think they're going to go for one more year. I think 2025, it's going to be a good event. Well, depending on how good it does in 2024, I think it's going to be a good event. They're going to go for it. They're going to do it in 2025, and then come 2026, Chicagoland Speedway is going to be back on the schedule. Chicago Street Race off the schedule. Okay. I think Martin Truex Jr. is gonna announce his retirement. I think he's gonna announce his retirement at the end of 2024. 2024 is gonna be Martin Truex Jr.'s final full-time NASCAR Cup Series season. I think he might run a little bit of Xfinity, maybe for Joe Gibbs Racing. No, don't know. Of course I don't know. Of course I don't know what the hell am I saying. But yeah, I think Truex. A lot of people thought he would retire after 2023. I think he's going to retire after 2024. So yeah. I also think Honda will announce that they are going to be designing a car for NASCAR. At least designing a car to see how it fares against the Dark Horse, the Camry, and the Chevy. And the Camaro, whatever. So I think they're going to announce that they're at least making a car. They're on the borderline. They're right there they're going to join NASCAR. And I think if it does good, they're going to announce that they're going to join NASCAR in 2026, 2027, 2028. So sometime into the future, not too far into the future, but like not next year sort of thing, not 2025 sort of thing. So I think Honda will do that. They've been talking about leaving IndyCar, looking for something. They said NASCAR was, of course, an option for them to come and join. So, yeah, I think that is going to be what's happening. Now we got a long list of drivers who I think are going to win in the 2024 season. So I think Larson, of course, going to win. I think he's going to put up 3 or more wins. Easily, I think he's going to put up 3 or more wins. Again, most dominant car. I talked about this earlier about when I said he was going to be in the Final Four. I think William Byron also going to put up 3 or more wins, but I do think he's going to struggle. I think he's going to make it all the way up to the round of 8, but as you saw in the round of 8, he was struggling. There was something that happened. He barely missed the Final Four. Unfortunately, I think William Byron is going to get 3 or more wins, but I don't think he's going to make the Final Four. I think he'll make it all the way up to the round of 8 and then kind of peak. Chastain, I think, is going to get 3 wins. As for the other 3 Final Four drivers, I think Chastain's going to get 3 wins. I think Logano's going to get 2. Buscher will also get 3. And then as for Buscher's teammate Keselowski, I think he'll get 1 or 2 wins. I think Keselowski's going to rebound back after a pretty solid season, actually. I mean, again, he's now dealing with being a team owner and stuff like that, which obviously, well, I don't know, but obviously it's not easy doing that. Of course, he's putting his teammate before him, Chris Buescher. He pushed him to victory in the Daytona, in that Daytona Fall race. I think he even said in an interview, like, I didn't think about passing him at all. I was 100% set on pushing my teammate to victory lane and not me. So I think he said that, but I do think he is going to have the chance to finally get another Brad Keselowski victory on the board. I think it's going to be 1, maybe 2. Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman, I think, are both going to have rebound years. Maybe not like super rebound years, at least not for Elliott. I think he'll do good. I think he'll maybe get 1 win or 2. I think he'll definitely get 1 win, maybe get 2 wins. I think he will 100% get 1 win. 2 wins, maybe a little bit. Maybe he might win 1 in the playoffs. I think he'll get 1. He'll make the playoffs. He won't process too far up the border. Maybe make the round of 8. Possibly make the round of 12. Definitely, obviously, he'll make the playoffs in the round of 16. But yeah, I think Elliott will win 1 or 2. Bowman, however, I think will have a huge rebound year. I think he'll win 2 or 3 races. Bowman is a good driver. I don't care who you say, what Alex Bowman hater you talk to. He's a good driver. He puts up good things. I think he got the pole a couple times I think he got the pole a couple times early before. I think he was out of the car. I think he was doing good for the season. He's gotten wins before. He is a good driver. He's also there's going to be a little bit of added pressure on him, so I think it'll be some added pressure for him to do better, because obviously after this horrendous season for Alex Bowman, there's a little bit of hot seat pressure for him. And I think it's going to push the guy. I think he's going to get some determination. I think he's going to put up 2 or 3 wins on the board, but he might be a little bit bold, but I think he can do it. I like Alex Bowman. I think he can do it. My favorite driver, Ryan freaking Blaney. I want to say he dominates the season, 36 wins, but that's not realistic. I think Ryan Blaney's going to do good. I think he'll get 1, 2, maybe 3 wins, depending on what he does. Depending on how fast he can get used to the dark horse. See, obviously, he's already had practice, so I don't think it's going to take that much getting used to for the dark horse. What the frick is it called, dude? Dark horse. Is it Mustang Dark Horse or something like that? I don't know. But I think Blaney, he's going to do good. I think he'll get 1 to 3 wins. 1, 2, maybe 3 wins. I think he'll do good. I don't think he's going to make the Final Four like he did this year. Maybe he will. I don't know. I would love that. Blaney can go 2 championships in a row. I would love that. But I'm not speaking realistically here, and I'm trying to make some of them real. Some of them will make gold, but we're all trying to be some sort of realistic. I think his teammate Cindric's going to get his 2nd win. I think Austin Cindric is going to have, again, I think he's also going to have a rebound year. I think he'll get a win. Not necessarily a full rebound year. I still think he'll kind of not do good for the rest of the season, except for that 1 race. But I think he'll find himself in the top 5 at the right place at the right time, whether that be pit strategy or whatever the heck he uses. He'll find himself in the top 5, drive up, have a good battle with whoever's in front of him for the lead, and it's going to be a very close side-by-side finish. That's how I imagine it, because, well, yeah, I think Austin Cindric's an alright driver. Obviously, he won the Daytona 500, which is great. Great for him. But this year was a horrendous year for about to say Alex Bowman, which it was a horrendous year for Alex Bowman, but I'm not talking about him anymore. I'm talking about Austin Cindric. It was a horrendous year for Austin Cindric. Uh, I think he's gonna do good, but not too good. I don't think he's gonna have a huge rebound season. I think he'll get a win. He'll, put up a solid number of top tens, but other than that win, nothing super extreme coming from Austin Cindric. I think Christopher Bell is going to get 2 wins. I think, what do you get, 3 this year? 2 or 3 this year? So I think Christopher Bell is going to do good, but I don't think he's going to do amazing. I think he's going to do good. I don't think he's going to make the Final Four again this year, but I think he's going to do pretty stinking good because it's Christopher Bell. He's good. He's a good driver. I think Legacy Motor Club, 2 wins. 2 wins for Legacy Motor Club this year. I think one of them is going to be Eric Jones. Obviously, Eric Jones, driver. Well, not super great driver. I'm kind of talking. I'm just rambling here. Just talking. I'm going on a rant here. This video is over 30 minutes long. I'm definitely gonna have to cut this out. But I think Eric Jones is gonna do good. It wasn't a very good year for him this year. He didn't get a win. He got a win. I have the diecast. That's why I'm pointing back. I have his win diecast. He won a race in 2022. I think he's gonna make the 2024 playoffs. I think he's gonna win a nice race. Happy, super happy. I also think the rookie John Hunter Nemechek is gonna get a win this year. I think it's gonna be towards the end of the season. Obviously, he's gonna have to get used to Cup racing. Does he have Cup experience? He might have Cup experience. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I don't think it's too much. I think it's if he does, it was like a year or 2. I don't even remember, but. I think John Hunter Nemechek, it's going to be towards the end of the season. He's going to obviously also have to get used to the new Toyota Camry. So I think it's going to be towards the end of the season. Might be in the playoffs. But I think John Hunter Nemechek has it in him. He's a great driver. Dominated the Xfinity Series last year. I think he has it in him to put up a very good rookie season. A rookie season better than Ty Gibbs' rookie season. I think he's going to have better rookie season than Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs, of course, just missed the playoffs barely this year. Now it's 2024, so my mistake. 2023, he barely missed the playoffs last year. I think this upcoming year, John Hunter Nemechek won't. Well, unless his win is in the playoffs. If his win is in the playoffs, then obviously he's gonna miss the playoffs. But yeah, I think John Hunter Nemechek gonna put up a very good run. I think he's gonna put up a great rookie season. I think he's going to do good this year. All right. SHR, Stewart-Haas Racing. Something that a lot of people expect to say they're going to miss the playoffs this year. I disagree. I think one of them will make the playoffs this year. I know you guys are all waiting for me to say, who is it? Who is it that you think is going to make the playoffs? Is it the rookie Josh Berry? Is it Ryan Preece, who didn't do much his rookie season, or who didn't do much this last season except flip at Daytona? Is it Chase Briscoe, who's the only one with a win and probably the most likely to get the win? Or is it Noah Gragson, who's probably going to try to be more safe than anything to not get suspended again? I don't know. As you can probably see in my notes, I put one of SHR. Because I don't know. I think they all, maybe Chase Briscoe a little bit more than the others since he already has a win at Phoenix. I think basically Chase Briscoe, all of them are on this here. Chase Briscoe's like right here. All of the rest of them are right here. Kyle Larson's like through the roof. Yeah. So what was I saying? Briscoe's right here. The rest of the SHR is right there. In their chances to get a win. I think one of them will. But I don't know which one yet. I'm gonna have to start watching the new season. before I am confident. I think Corey LaJoy will get his first win, and I think it's gonna be such a good race. It's gonna be a very good race. Corey LaJoy is gonna be he's gonna be super. I don't think it's gonna be like a stupid win either. Like it's gonna be, oh, he won because of pit strategy, or he won because there was a massive pile up and he made it through, and then on the last lap and caution was called and the race had to end because of rain or something, and Corey LaJoy just found himself in the right place at the right time. No, I think Corey LaJoy is going to be in contention the entire race. He's going to pull through. He's going to be in the, run top 10 the entire race. I think he's going to pull through. He's going to get his first win in a very good, very nice, fair manner. I think it's going to be a good, great race for Corey LaJoy. I think he's finally going to get his win. We've long awaited. I also think Ty Gibbs is going to get his first win. Obviously, again, he missed the playoffs barely, last season, and I think he's going to get his first win this season. He's put together a great rookie season, and I think he's going to come out and get his first win. As much as Ty Gibbs haters want to say, oh, he's not going to get his first win. It's only his second season. Maybe in 5 more seasons, he's not that good. Ty Gibbs is a pretty good driver. I have him. I have one of his diecasts over there. It's the winner's circle Atlanta win. I think Ty Gibbs is going to get his first win this season. I don't care what you Ty Gibbs haters say. I'm not a huge fan of Ty Gibbs. I'm not really a fan of Ty Gibbs. I think he's all right. I think he's a solid driver. I think he's a pretty dang good driver, and I think he's gonna get his first win this season. So, of course, yeah, that's it's that. For who he replaced, Kyle Busch, I think he's gonna get 2 or 3 wins. I think he's gonna get 2 or 3 wins. Excuse me. He'll have a good year. But I think it's going to be relatively the same thing as 2023. I don't think he's going to do better than 2023. I don't think he's going to do worse than 2023. I think he'll make it. He might make it in the round of 8, which I think will be good. He'll definitely make it to the round of 12. He'll make it into the. He might make it in the round of 8, but I think he'll definitely have at least 2 or 3 wins. Bubba Wallace is also going to get a win. I think he'll get one win this season. He didn't have any last year. However, I think he's going to get his first win this season. As for his teammate Tyler Reddick, 1 or 2. I don't know how many Reddick had this year. I think it was 3, maybe 3 or 4, maybe. Reddick had a pretty decent. Reddick had a pretty solid year, I would say. And so yeah, I think 23-11 is going to have a pretty solid year. That's for wins. I have one more page of predictions. Thought it was going to be the final prediction. No. All right, so on the hot seat, at the end of 2024, this is who I think is still going to be on the hot seat. Suarez. Suarez has not put together good years. He got 1 win in 2022, didn't get any in 2023. I don't think Suarez is going to do much better in 2024. Maybe a win. Maybe he can muster a win up. I don't think he's going to be doing too good, and I think somebody's going to have to replace him. I think it's going to be I think if Shane Van Gisbergen can put together a good season in driving for Kaulig in the Xfinity Series, like a good season, like a 2 or 3 win season, maybe even 4. I think Gisbergen's going to come in and replace him. That's what I think. Suarez has not put together a good last 2 seasons. I don't know what he did in 2021. I don't know what he did in 2021, but yeah, his last 2 seasons were not very good. Besides that 1 win at, I think it was Coda. No, it wasn't Coda. Was it Sonoma? Might have been Sonoma. I don't remember. It was a road course, I think. It was definitely a road course. He does the best on road courses. So, yeah, Suarez, he's going to still be on the hot seat for 2024. Harrison Burton, once again, I think this is his final year at Wood Brothers. I think it's time for him to move on to maybe a higher up thing. Obviously, Wood Brothers want to do good, but I think Harrison Burton has not put together incredible seasons. You know, there's just not much to say about Harrison Burton. He's kind of just a mediocre driver who usually runs mid 20s. I think mid 20s, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes Harrison Burton's running in the top 10, usually at super speedways. Sometimes he's running in the 30s. And that's sad because, of course, his dad, Jeff Burton, is up there. But, Harrison Burton on the hot seat. Will still be on the hot seat after 2024. That's what I'm trying to say. I think Noah Gragson, maybe Gragson. Unless he's that one SHR driver to pull off a win. If he manages to pull off a win at one of the super speedways or something like that, Gragson's safe. But yeah, I think Gragson's more going to be, focused on trying to make sure he doesn't screw up in what he says or what he does off track. I mean, maybe on track too, but he got suspended last year for something that was eh. So I think he's gonna just trying to be like staying in the Cup Series, staying in his car every weekend. Um, but yeah, I think Gregson, he might have an okay season, he might have a solid season, he might have a terrible season. I don't really know. But so maybe Gregson might be on the hot seat after 2024, and I think a bunch of the like drivers who are switching out every year or so, often here now. Zane Smith, I think, of course, he's going. I mean, maybe not. Todd Gillen, I think his contract runs out soon, unless he just renewed a contract. I don't even know, dude. I think a bunch of the either 1 year contract drivers, 2 year, 3 year contract drivers, their contract's gonna be running out soon. They're gonna need to start thinking of. They're gonna need to be communicating with some of the other teams, make sure they can keep their Cup Series rides. Um, Bad years. These are drivers who I think are not going to have a great year. Austin Dillon again. He got that. I think he got a win in 2022. He got that win at the Daytona Fall race. I think it was maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I think it was because he got through in that crazy rain crash. That was super stupid. But yeah, I think Dylan is not going to have a very good year again in 2024. He had a terrible year in 2023. I don't think he's going to do much better in 2024. As I said before, Suarez, Burton, both not going to have great years again, I think. Uh, Justin Haley might have a good year. I don't know. It's kind of Justin Haley. He got that second place finish in the Chicago Street Race, but like I said before, I think he was just in the right place at the right time, sort of thing. Uh, a lot of people have been saying Haley Deegan isn't going to do anything in Xfinity. She's just going to kind of be a top, or like a 20s, maybe teen driver. Maybe she can get a top 10 every so often. I don't think she's going to do much. I don't think she's going to win or anything. Like anything crazy. Maybe a top 5 at best, but I don't think she's going to win. Jimmy Johnson. I mean, we've seen Johnson. It's just kind of sad at this point for Johnson fans, especially. I mean, they're seeing their favorite driver go out there. Now he's in a Toyota, and he's not performing well. I feel like he's trying to keep his spirit alive. He wants to keep racing. He wants to keep doing these things. He knows he can't do full time. He's just trying to keep racing, which I understand. I can get behind him. I know he doesn't want to let it go just yet, but I feel like he's disappointing Jimmy Johnson fans. They're looking for him every year, hoping that they're gonna look for him in the couple races that he's in this year, hoping he has a good year because I think he chose 3 races that three tracks that he was like really good at, or he used to be really good at. I don't think he's gonna do much. As much as I hope in my heart that Jimmy Johnson can maybe make a top 10, a top 15, hell, a top 5. First of all, he's not winning a race. He's not winning a race. especially if one of his full-time drivers is up there in the top 5 with him. If one of his full-time drivers is up there competing for the win, I think he's gonna push his full-time driver to that victory lane. I think he's gonna help them. He's not gonna go chasing victory lane. But yeah, I'm hoping that Johnson can do something this year, especially since these are tracks he's good at. But the realistic scenario is he doesn't too much. These two drivers I don't think are necessarily going to do... These next two drivers I don't think are necessarily going to be doing bad this season, but they're not going to do as good as last season. Michael McDowell, I don't think he's going to get a win. I don't think he's going to make the playoffs. I don't think he's going to get a win. I think he'll have a regular Michael McDowell season besides not getting a win. You know, I think he'll have same thing as last season, exact same thing as last season, minus the Indy Road Course win. Obviously, because the Indy Road Course is not here anymore. We got the Brickyard 400 coming back, baby. Let's go. Brickyard 400. I'm super excited for that. I actually might go to that race too. I'm hoping. Those are the two races that I want to go to: Chicago Street Race and Brickyard 400. Yeah. I've been to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is an Indianapolis Motor Speedway truck. It says Brickyard 400 on this thing, but I have never been to the Brickyard 400. I've never seen a race at the at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but I have been there. Yeah, I don't think Michael McDowell is gonna win. Same with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I think he's gonna put a good old Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Same thing as always. Same Ricky Stenhouse Jr. year as last year, except not winning the Daytona 500. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but okay. I think I said this earlier. Chevy is gonna dominate the first half of this year. Dominate the first half of this year. Obviously, Ford, Toyota both have new cars coming in. So Chevy doesn't. So their drivers are not going to be needing to get used to a brand new car coming out. So Chevy going to dominate the first year because everybody else is going to be trying to get used to their cars, with the exception of those 4 drivers who are practicing. And finally, Chicago Street Race winner. Going to be two options here. 2 drivers who I think have the best chance of winning it. And I'm going to say it right after this. I think Fox Sports, still going to suck. Still going to suck at their reporting things. I like Mike Joy. I love Mike Joy, man. Mike Joy is great. Great reporter. He's getting old, though. He's getting old, unfortunately. I think I heard something about Clint Boyer being, bullied by NASCAR out of being a funny commentator, which I think is stupid, because I like Clint Boyer. I think Clint Boyer's a hilarious guy. I think especially during that 2020 thing with Jeff Gordon, I think he was doing a great job of commentating with Jeff Gordon. Racing in that as well, which I think was hilarious. I think it was super funny. So I think that's both great for them, but unfortunately not for us now. And then Kevin Harvick just never struck me as a more positive, entertaining guy. I think he's more of a boring sort of guy. Not necessarily boring, but kind of a bread and butter guy. It's classic, normal, toast. I'm trying to think of. I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of the phrase that I'm trying to say in my head. Whatever. I think he's just a regular. He's just a normal guy. He doesn't bring anything special to the table. I did like Tony Stewart. I hope they bring back Tony Stewart sometimes. I did like his commentating thing. Danica Patrick coming back would be funny, but because her commentating is not very good. But yeah, I used to be a Danica Patrick fan, so excuse me. I was a kid. I just chose the brightest car in the field and was like, oh yeah, lime green car, bright neon green car. That's my favorite driver right there. Not my favorite driver. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was my favorite driver, but I used to I was like, yeah, go neon car. My favorite. I don't know. I kind of realize now. When I was a kid, I think I just liked a bunch of the bright colored cars. I was a fan of Joey Logano when I was a kid. I mean, obviously he's got a bright yellow and orange red car. I'm a fan of orangey red. I was a fan of Brad Keselowski. I don't know why. I mean, I like the color blue, so I guess Bud Light. And then when he turned white, it was the same thing as before. I think I also have an excuse to be a Brad fan because he won the 2014 Chicagoland race. So yeah, I have an excuse. And then I was a Matt Kenseth fan. I'm still a Matt Kenseth fan. Matt Kenseth, which he had the Dollar General, he had the Dollar General car, the bright yellow, when he went to Joe Gibbs. I don't know if I was still a Kenseth fan when he was still a 17. I don't know. I probably was. I have a Fifth Third Bank hat of him and cars. But yeah, Fox Booth, you know, gonna be solid. Not better than last year though. Well, maybe better than last year. I don't know. I hope they bring back Tony Stewart though. And then NBC gonna be the same as always. All right, Chicago Street Race winner. Let's get on to it. 50 minutes now. 50 minutes right there. Chicago Street Race, I think, is either going to be Kyle Busch. He wrecked on lap. He wrecked on lap number 3. Brought to the back of the field. Recovered. Finished top 5. I think top 5. I think he finished top 5 or top 10 in the Chicago Street Race, which I think is really good. He recovered so much. Did a great job of recovering. Kyle Busch, I think, is going to go on. He has a. Am I the Karate Kid or what? I just grabbed a bug with my hand. I got it. It's gone. Never mind, it's not gone. I missed it. Yeah, Kyle Busch, and the other driver I think is going to win it is Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott finished 3rd in the Chicago Street Race. I think he had a very good chance. If he was in 2nd and Justin Haley was in 3rd, Shane Van Gisbergen might have not won that race, and Chase Elliott might have been in the NASCAR playoffs, which would have probably changed the entire thing everywhere. I mean, Chase Elliott had a very good shot of winning that. Justin Haley was in front of him. Gisbergen was there. Chase Elliott didn't really have any chance to catch up to them, to pass them. It just kind of, unfortunately, sucked for him. But I think Elliott had a very good run in the Chicago Street Race. I think he's once again going to finish in the top 5, if not in victory lane. I think Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, both of my picks for the Chicago Street Race. Thank you all for watching this video. It's going to be 50 minutes. I'm probably going to try and chip it down to at least 20. Because I'm ranting a lot. I'm probably going to miss that entire thing of the whole bright cars field. Me liking just all the cars that were super bright when I was a kid. Danica Patrick, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski. Keselowski didn't really have any bright cars, but Ryan Blaney in that bright red. I mean, I like Ryan Blaney. I mean, of course, I like Ryan Blaney now. I like him as a driver, not just because of his motorcraft car or whatever the hell it is. What is it, motorcraft? I don't even know. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Tell me your bold 2024 predictions in the comment section below, if there is comments, because some of my videos recently have not had comments on there, which is stupid, YouTube. Please give me comments. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.